time, weather, and
Audio Jungle.
Welcome to my channel today. Today I was talking to somebody, an older man, and I kind of thought he was a moron. And maybe the word moron is too strong, because people have told me that I sometimes don't have a filter in my mouth, and I've been working on that. I didn't call him a moron, but let me ask you, if you're a silver stacker, you got to easily agree that speaking to someone about silver can be as frustrating as debating a doorknob. No matter what information you present to demonstrate the validity of silver stacking, they just dismiss it. This is why I silently murmur to myself that you must be a moron. I also believe he was thinking the same thing about me. I think he thought that I, being a silver stacker, I was a moron.
But I'm gonna go with my instinct on this one.
The book, The Creature from Jekyll Island, I keep going back to that, but it's hard to believe that the truth is so far from reality that people simply think that what is coming is impossible. If a person were to simply read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island, they still have some time to be able to save themselves before the Great Reset. There are numerous facts that come to light in the book, and despite it being a matter of record, the facts are just ignored.
Democracies in the world today than we did 15 years ago. Fewer, not more, fewer.
I spoke with a younger man the other day who was in his mid to late 20s. During our discussion, I mentioned the Federal Reserve was a privately owned banking institution. He rolled his eyes and basically considered I was an out there conspiracy silver stacking nut. The older man I spoke with, also earlier today, said he's leaving his money in stocks because the market always comes back.
Do not take your money out. This is really, look, if there's one takeaway other than a plus 400 somebody, Bear Stearns is not in trouble. I mean, if anything, they're more likely to be taken over. Don't move your money from Bear. That's just being silly. Don't be silly.
When I mentioned to him the looming death of the dollar, he said the Fed would never allow that to happen. He looked at me as if I was like crazy. He said the dollar will never die. When I tried to discuss inflation with him, he said the Federal Reserve will just raise the interest rates to 10 or 15%. When I attempted to calmly say that can't happen, he dismissed me as being a nut. The conversation was over, and I feel as if we both thought the other person was a moron. To believe the dollar will never leave the world stage is about as uninformed as an opinion anyone could possibly have. My frustration level peaked as I realized some people just don't want to listen. I feel as if the good guys may have lost the battle and the black hats are ready to begin the distribution of their world currency, the SDR, special drawing rights, but that's another article and another video. I'm no longer going to be a Bible thumper for silver. I think silver and the economy and the impending crash are going to be biblical. But people like the man I spoke to today are going to be wiped out, and that saddens me. I have realized in my quest to spread the word that there are those that cannot be saved. I will merely provide information that may get them to want to do some research. This YouTube channel and the corresponding website may be small, but I take great pride in having a video that has been banned in China. It was banned because the message of the video was about the Gulf of Tonkin attack on the U.S. Navy being completely fabricated by the U.S. military. The entire reason the USA invaded Vietnam was made up. The Gulf of Tonkin was fabricated, but that also is another video. What's coming is biblical. Why the heck was the video banned in Vatican City too? I do not know. I guess Walter Cronkite is too controversial. A person can ignore the 100% historical failure rate of all 775 plus nations that have had total fiat currency collapses. A simple example is the ancient Roman Empire. At the height of the Roman times, the empire split into two nations. One of those nations essentially used fiat, the other did not. The portion of the Roman Empire that kept their money pure flourished for another 1,000 years, while the one that just reissued new fiat collapsed their system. I wonder how many Romans were considered silver stacking morons. If you are a true stacker, then you understand that what we speak of is going to be one of the most epic of epic world events.
What do you mean the bank is out of money? Insolvent? You only have enough cash for the next 3 customers? Hey,
What is coming will send shockwaves through history for the next 100 years at least. We are all about to witness the largest financial event in human history. When I first started to realize silver is money and fiat is trash, I freaked out. Now I'm more like Johnny Appleseed and sprinkling info and moving forward. I was so afraid the reset would happen any day, and I went on a silver buying binge with all I could afford. Which really is not much, as wealth is truly relative. At first I was just stashing silver, and now my plan is more refined. Maybe in the beginning I was a silver stacking moron, I don't know. When people think I am a moron for stacking silver, I no longer care. My stacking has become more focused and methodical. I call it strategic stacking, which is a term I stole from a friend of mine. I have fanned out to purchase some mining and royalty stocks. I even have a few exploration stocks. But don't think I'm wealthy because I've been able to scratch away a small amount of capital for these stocks. My one satisfaction is that someone always has more than me, but I will have much more than most people, as most people will soon have little to nothing. My stack may be smaller than most stackers, but my stack is larger than all of the non-stackers combined. So I am on my way. I have used this time gifted to focus and gather more and improve upon what is currently being done in my life. I understand what is coming, and the more time I have, the better off I will be. If it should happen after I die, which I doubt, then those that I love and care for will benefit. The Great Reset is coming, and it is only a matter of when. When that day arrives, I will not regret that I could have prepared more. It is at this point most people think I'm speaking of gloom and doom and horrible shit, but I'm not. Quite the contrary. I see what is coming as a generational financial opportunity where I will be able to prosper beyond my dreams. I cannot stop what is coming, so why not simply step out of the way? Why not use it to prosper? If I am a silver stacking moron, I guess time will tell. If a person does not take the time to understand what is really happening around them, they will be in a world of doo-doo when it happens. So who's acting like a moron? Am I the silver stacking moron, or those that do not want to listen? Like I said in the beginning, moron may be too strong a word. It really no longer matters to me as I quietly prepare and stack on. Silver stackers will prosper and have much more wealth than ever before, while the non-stackers will be suffering. This is not being callous. This is not being uncaring. This is just acting like the owners of the Federal Reserve and the leaders of our national political parties in the United States. Choices. Simplify.
Just a second here. No, I don't have your money here. It's in Bill's house and Fred's house.
Hey, what the hell you doing with my money in your house, Fred?